Shalom Aleichem, sweetest friends. How utterly exciting is this? Baruch Hashem, we're going to be learning a very interesting sugya today. The sugya of somebody who's going in the desert and he doesn't know when Shabbos is. Like, he doesn't have his calendar. His phone has no reception, so I can call anybody or text anybody. He's just stuck b'midbar Yehuda. He's stuck somewhere in the desert. Doesn't know when Shabbos is. What does he do? Sheila מאוד מעניינת. And this year will be a special schus b'siyata d'shmaya l'refuas harav Yeshayahu Mordechai ben Rachel Dvaira l'refuaso hashalema, and also l'schus Chana Liba bas Necha Gittel and Simcha ben Necha Gittel and Adina bas Sheva bas Necha Gittel and Shmuel Alexander ben Necha Gittel and all the Yotzei Chalatzeh of Necha Gittel Bracha Tzlacha B'chol Maaseh Yedayim. And we'll base this shir on a beautiful siman in the Sefer Shiurim Mevasir Tov of the Biala Rebbe, Rav B'Tzalel Simcha Menachem Rabinovitz. And it's in Sefer and the Berachas HaMitzvahs and Chelek Beis and Siman Tes. And let us begin. It says in the Gemara in Shabbos Naf Samach Tes Amud Beis, Omer Rava, Hayya Mahalech B'derech or B'midbar, if somebody's going in the path or he's in the desert, and Ve'ein Yodei Mosai Shabbos, and he doesn't know when Shabbos is. What should he do? He says Machlokes. One opinion says first count 6 days and then keep one as Shabbos. The other one says keep the 1 day as Shabbos and then count 6 days. As a machlokes, when exactly Shabbos is. So Amar Rava b'chol yom v'yom osa lo kedei parnasasa. So the Gemara says, Rava says that every day you do kedei parnasasa. You're allowed to do the enough work you need in order to remain alive. And the Gemara says weiter that even that day, even Shabbos, you're allowed to do kedei parnasasa. You have to stay alive. That's the goal. Can't serve God in the grave. Ma betze bedami, beridati el shachas, hayoitcha ofar, hayagid amitecha. A person who's not alive anymore can sing the praises of their Rebbeinu Shalom. No. So therefore, we want to stay alive. So frek the Gemara, v'ahu yoyme b'may minkerlei, obazoi, that every day you're doing ketei parnasaso. So how is Shabbos different than the weekdays? And for the Gemara, b'kiddusha v'avdalta, you're making kiddush and you're making havdalah. Zok da heiliges fas emes, hai kiddusha v'avdalta dahachor efshir she'enam b'nei b'shemu malchus, da sabek brachas lahakol. In other words, since we don't know when Shabbos is, every day is b'safek. Maybe it's Shabbos, maybe it's not. And you're allowed to do every day ketei parnasaso, mishum pikuach nefesh. If Fasemis is bothered, so how are you doing Kiddush and Avdallah b'Shemu Malchus? It's a Safek Moitzi Shem Shemaim Levatala. Because if it's not Shabbos, there's no room for this Kiddush and Avdallah. And we paskin Safek Brachas Lahakol. Because if you're not chayiv in a bracha, it's motzi shem shemayim lo atala. It's a bracha levatala. So therefore, the Sfas Emes says that efsher she'enu b'shemu malchus. Maybe you don't make it b'shemu malchus. Maybe you don't say God's name when you make the bracha. Because Safek brachas lahakol. But Sfas Emes' son-in-law, going to Rabbi Min Zechat Tzadik Levracha, adds in brackets this mistimas loshan hapoiskim loy mashma kain. In other words, from the loshan hapoiskim, it's not mashma that you say without shemu malchus. And the Sfas Emes adds, V'kol yoim toivsim shehu me'aroiv shehem yemei achol. And Sfas Emes adds, you know what even bothers me more about the notion that we would say with Shemu Malchus, we would make Kiddush and Avdallah with Shemu Malchus, with God's name? I'll tell you what bothers me. That every day There's a rov that it's a weekday. We always go basaruba. And rov yomim are yemei chol. So how is it mutter machma sad roch, like 1 out of 7, that we're going to make Kiddush and Havdalah b'shem u'malchus? Kashem me'od. Kashem me'od. 1 out of 7, you're going to make Shem u'malchus. We have a rov that it's a weekday. And here his son-in-law adds, Gam lefi mashkosav Magen Avram, and Siman Shin Dalid Mem, to have a kavua. In other words, the days are kavua, they haven't been poiresh. And every day, that's kavua in its place. We're misupik if it's Shabbos. And we paskin kol kavua kamechza mechza damid. Anything kavua is 50-50. So if you have 10 stores, 9 kosher stores, 1 kosher store, you went into one store and you bought meat, and you don't know if you went into the kosher store or non-kosher store, we see it's 50-50. Because you bought it b'makom kavua, kol kavua kamechza mechza damid, it's 50-50. Zokt Rav Biederman, mikol makoim eino yelu midrabanon, kedin kavua she'eino nikar. Nevertheless, it's only derabanan, like kavua, that's not nikar. In other words, these days are not nikar leinenu. You can't see them. It's not like a davar nikar that this kosher meat, not kosher meat, that you can see. These days aren't nikar. They're not recognizable. That's kavua she'eino nikar. So therefore, that's only derabanan. Kavua she'eino nikar, only midrabanan, it's mechza al mechza. Midaraisa, go after the rov. So how are you going to be motzi shem shamayim levatala when midaraisa you're over in lo sisa? Ulefi mashakaswa Tosis ben Nazir gami derabanan, he continues, lo have kavua v'chein mashbi Yerushalmi kan. Now, according to the opinion of Tosis, in Nazir in a number of places, kavua she'eino nikar is not kavua at all, even not midrabanan. And zois mashmin Yerushalmi. So now we understand. There's a rov that it's not Shabbos. So how can you possibly make Kiddush v'Havdalah b'Askar Shem u'Malchus k'mashmo stimus haposkim? And this is a great sitzarech chiyun. And so understood l'davar pashat b'sefer Yad David. The Kiddusha v'Havdalta you make with a bracha v'Askar Shem u'Malchus. Pile Pelos. How could it be? Now, with respect to tefillah on that day that you're keeping, the Kaf HaChaim in Shindalad Mem Sif Cotton Hay brings number of days. He brings a lot of Shitas HaPoskim that you should daven tefillah Shabbos karogil b'chol Shabbos. And so is the opinion of the Pri Megadim Mishpasait Zav that you daven tefillah Shabbos. And it would appear that even according to those poskim will argue and say that you daven tefillah Schol, and so it brings the Kaf HaChaim. Shitas HaMahar Daf. In his Sefer Lam Natseach LeDavid, in his Kushis, Isa Kushis. Daf Yud Gimel Amid Aleph, brought in the Machzik Bracha. There in Isa Aleph, who holds that Linyan Tfili Yispael Shel Chov Lo Maboy Linyan Chai Brachas De Pshite. Daf Yud B'Shabbos Nami Lav Delot Shechur Rabban Avamer Nilu. So he says, Pashat, the 18 brachas, even on Shabbos we daven the 18 brachas. Just the rabbis were in Matriachos. There's no problem on Shabbos. Davening a weekday, davening in principle. Nevertheless, you can be mazkir shel Shabbos b'tfilaso. You're davening a tefillah of chol, but you're mentioning Shabbos. So that's not like the Mahardaf. The Mahardaf says afilu askar Shabbos lo mazkir. The Dilma lav Shabbos since it's shakam b'tfilaso. So he holds that you look like you're a mishaker. He says it looks like you're lying. It's lav dafka. That you're lying. Hopefully we'll see. So even if you're mispalel shel chol, you can still mention Shabbos in your tefillah. As we're going to explain more. So now we have a bigger kasha. How is it mutter to be makadesh and mavdil? b'shemu malchus, and to be machnis yourself in a Safek Gadol Azkar Shem Shemaim Levatala against the roiv that it's chol, and if it's al tekeira diyoyma, kedei shaloi tishtaka chashabes mimenu, in order not to forget Shabbos, and we want it to be nicker. How about this? Mispal shel Shabbos. You can either daven a Shabbos davening, or at least mention Shabbos in your weekday davening, and then you're not over in any bracha levatala. So what's this whole inyan of Stimus HaPoiskim that you should make Kiddush and Havdalah b'Shem u'Malchus? In Tosis, in the Ran and other Rishonim, they ask that there's a hecker when you're not walking on Shabbos. Tosis writes, but to go, you can go as much as you want. But just not on the day that he's mishamer. Then he shouldn't walk. But in the other days he's allowed to, because otherwise he's never going to get to town. I what do you mean by my minkor if you're not walking on Shabbos? And the answer is not enough of a hecker that you're sitting, you're not going anywhere. Or you can say no. Then on Shabbos you are holech. And then taka, it is holy, it is only minkor with kiddush. But we have davening. Let it be minker with davening. Kafa Chaim writes, Sulin Tefillin Echis Nagzeh Shanel Menu Shabbos. What about Tefillin? Brings one opinion that he should put on Tefillin every day, even Shabbos. But another opinion that you shouldn't put on Shabbos. Only b'shar yomim yenicham beloy bracha mishum Safek. So we have two opinions. Das habir halacha that tefillin bevada yaniach. Tefillah you should have in a Shabbos tefillah. Just when you're saying the Shabbos tefillah, don't have your tefillin on. Ulchayra, an eitzah tova. She yispal shmoneh esrei shel chol, v'yazkir shel Shabbos b'sel tefillah also, like we mentioned. Daven a weekday shmoneh esrei and mention Shabbos. If you just daven a Shabbos davening, if it's chol, then you didn't daven. Mispal tefillah Shabbos b'chol lo yitzei dei chovaso. If you daven only a chol dika davening, and you don't mention Shabbos, so if it's Shabbos, you lost out. And if you daven a chol davening and you add a tefillah of Shabbos, and you add a bracha emtsois shel Shabbos, if it's Shabbos, you yatzei dei chovaso. Like the Shulchan Aruch says in Aruch Chaim, Siman Reis Samaches, somebody who davened tefillah shel chol b'Shabbos, and he didn't mention Shabbos, he's not yotzei. And if he did mention Shabbos, even if he wasn't kovei a bracha, he's yotzei. Certainly if you make a bracha out of it. But if it's chol, is it so pashut that you're yotzei yidei chovas tefillah in such an instance when you were moisif on Yudches brachas? Birchas Shabbos be mosachol, because yes, it says in Shulchan Aruch in Kufches Sif Yud Beis, Hatayu maskir ma'or shari yom b'tefillah shaloi b'zmana. Lo yahavei hafsak, it's not a hefsek to mention other days that are not today in your tefillah. But everybody argues and says you're not yotzei and you have to daven again. So here, how are you allowed to mention Shabbos? Maybe you're not yotzei tefillah is chol if it's chol. Like the Mishnah Berurah there writes in Sif Kon Lamed Ches, Rov Achronim Cholkom Apsak Zeh, V'sir L'od If Zeh Meim Hifsik B'Sicha B'Emsat Tefillah. There's like Sicha. It's no good. And the Das Maran HaMechaber is a Das Yochid. So maybe then you're not yotzei, you're tefillah schol if you mention Shel Shabbos. That's if you make a whole bracha out of it. And therefore, the Eitzah Hayutz is daven a tefillah of chol. And b'serich tefillah so mention Shabbos, not as a bracha b'fnei atzma, just as azkara. So now, if it's Shabbos, you're yotzei. Even with a haskara sheb'serich tefillah yudches, like it says in Shulchan Aruch. Just mentioning Shabbos enough even without a bracha. And even if it's a weekday, it would appear that in an instance where you're mentioning Shabbos b'serich tefillah machmas feiko and not bracha b'fnei atzmo, so it would appear that even that chonim would be modir to the psak of the Shulchan Aruch that you're yotzei. Because the Mishnah Berurah brings the psak of the Derech Chaim was machalik, and he writes v'ayin b'derech Chaim shosivot v'kosav dahani milim hiskir davar sheno shaykh lo seim kol shem zachrein v'kasvein udein zman ksiva oy shem yalav yavo ad lachar yom rosh chodesh hazeh shu sheker muchlat shem en rosh chodesh al kein dino kasach b'emsat tefillah. So if you're saying a sheker that it's rosh chodesh, that kasvein ul sefer Chaim is nishgit. Aval im lo amar sheker kol shem zachrein l'chaim. We just said zachrein l'chaim. It's not sheker. Or avdala b'choynein adoas, that you just ask Hashem to give you a leiv lohavin ulahavdil. That's shaykh all year round. Or you said yalav yav without mentioning Rosh Chodesh. That's not a sheker. So this is not like talking. This is a good tefillah. So it would appear according to this that in our instance, when you're not saying a bracha mekadei Shabbos, just mentioning shel Shabbos b'serich tefillah soy machmas sveikoi. Like being in Shemei Tefillah. You could be mevakesh shelo yishkach ikar Shabbos, and you can say that today I'm a supik if it's Shabbos, and Hashem help me that I shouldn't. This shouldn't happen to me again. That I should always know when it's Shabbos. So this is emes lamito. So it's gavaldik. You mentioned Shabbos, and it's not a hefsek. It's not a bracha b'fnei atzma, and it's part of the bakash of Shemei Tefillah. So this way you're yotzei Tefillah Shabbos and Tefillah Schol. Tefillah Schol because you said Tefillah Schol, and Tefillah Shabbos because in Shabbos in theory you can say Tefillah Schol, and you can't say you're not yotzei because you didn't mention Shabbos because you did mention Shabbos. Other poskim say you say Tefillah Shabbos karagil. We have a big kasha now, those who say not to wear tefillin. How could it be? It's a 1 out of 7 chance that it's Shabbos, and you're going to be invatal the mitzvah essay the rice of tefillin. Sarachiyun gadol. So we want to understand this not wearing tefillin. We understood a little bit more about Shabbos, about the davening, and we want to understand why, how you can say Kiddush and Avdalah b'Shem u'Malchus. Choret Pele Gadol. So Mitzvah Hashem, I'm hoping Hashem yitain et hakoach v'et hamoach that we should be able to continue this shir. Lilmod u'lalamed lishma v'las l'kaim is called divrei Salom Torah so b'ahava. And b'siyata d'shmai, in the meantime, we Baruch Hashem brought to a lot of machshavas about this sugya. Shalom, shalom, sweetest and most beloved friends.